Hello, I'm Julieanne Steinbacher, the founding partner of Steinbacher, Goodall, and Yurchak, an elder and special needs law firm with offices in Williamsport and State College, Pennsylvania. Prior to being an attorney, I was a social worker in a nursing home, and I saw firsthand the devastating effects that can happen to families who don't plan ahead. As an attorney, I help my clients answer 3 questions. The first question is, what happens if you die? What do we need to do today to make sure that your assets get to who you want to in the simplest, most cost-effective manner possible? The second question is, what happens if you don't die but get sick? How do we make sure that we protect your assets, protect that family business? And the third question, which is a question that I don't think many professionals, including other elder law attorneys and myself, have done a good enough job addressing. And that question is, what happens if you get Alzheimer's or a related dementia? What do we need to do today to get ready for that? Through this series of videos, we're going to look into that question in association with the Alzheimer's Association. So let's begin. Here with me today is Jeff Dauber, the Education and Outreach Coordinator for the Greater Pennsylvania chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. Jeff, it's great to see you.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks for having us. We appreciate the chance to partner with you on this video series.
In this session, we're going to talk about prevention and risk reduction. Jeff, what do we know about preventing Alzheimer's disease?
Well, we know that we can't 100% prevent this disease, but there are many things that we can do at any age to reduce our risk. We talk about 4 separate things, really. One is, staying cognitively challenged, at any age. What can we do to keep ourselves cognitively challenged? Some people like to do puzzles, and some people like to do, learn another language or learn an instrument. I play the guitar. I hope that helps to challenge me. But it's really important, and I'll joke with people and say, if we have jobs and we're in school, we're being cognitively challenged, or we're hoping to. It's important for seniors or folks that aren't in the workforce anymore to cognitively, to challenge themselves, learn how to write with their offhand, learn and, take an online class, learn something like that. But cognitive challenge is important. If you can do the crossword puzzle, the New York Times puzzle every day, you may not be challenging yourself. So we need to kind of cognitively challenge ourselves. Then we ask ourselves, what is brain health? Well, brain health is heart health. The brain runs the show, but it can't do anything without good oxygenated blood. So anything that's good for cardiac is good for brain health. And what are those things? Well, we look at diet and we look at exercise. If we're looking at diet, it's like just trying to have a plan to eat better. We don't have to go on the bland chicken diet, but trying to introduce more fruits and vegetables and nuts and whole grains into our diet is very important. And then we also look at exercise. You don't have to join a gym. It's just get up and keep moving, get yourself going. That's important. Those are very important things for us at any age. There was just a study done recently about blood pressure and how to manage it, how to aggressively manage blood pressure to keep it at 120/80 instead of 135/80. And then the last thing is staying social or preventing social isolation. And if you're not staying social, you could become chronically depressed. Chronically depressed people, what do? They're probably not being cognitively challenged. They're probably not taking care of themselves. Those things can mimic dementia, or those can be the things that turn to, the Alzheimer's disease on. So those are really the 4 important things that we're looking for: cognitive ability, heart health through exercise and diet, and keeping people, involved in their community.
I know in my family member situation, the doctor said, just walking is really, really helpful. Now, at that point in time, he was already diagnosed with multi-infarct dementia, but that's a dementia that is affected by the heart. It's caused by little TIAs. Also, with Alzheimer's disease, I think it's important that people hear, it's not preventable totally, but you can reduce your risk by, these factors that you talked about.
When people say, well, what can we do? It's like, well, it's what we can all do at any age, are the things that we should be doing. Protecting our heart, protecting our, the way our blood is oxygenated through our heart, and the rest of, taking overall health, controlling high blood pressure, controlling diabetes, making sure that if people are sick, they get to the doctor and they get the help that they need. These are, overall health is critical.
When I think, sometimes people don't realize when we talk about prevention and risk reduction, that also is true of legal plans, you know. So in the second half of life, it's really important that people do start taking care of themselves, but also to get their ducks in a row with their legal and financial health. And that starts by just a basic estate plan. Wills say where my stuff goes if I pass away. Powers of attorneys to say who's my decision maker, but also planning ahead and making sure our assets go to our children in the best manner possible, but even more so in this, making sure we know what benefits are out there, and that we come up with a plan in place to be able to access those benefits, so that we can take advantage of all of the supports that are out there. And so, you know, I know in this series, you know, we often think of the medical part of it, but I would say that it's just as true with the legal and financial health of a person in the second half of life, that they really have control to maybe not prevent it, but to reduce the overall risk.
All of that kind of, you know, plays a role in overall stress in our lives. You know, the older we get, you know, we think, oh, I should go get a will, or I should do this, and some of us don't, or we need to get that done. But that's a stress. If we take care of that, if we figure out how to do some of that planning, that takes a little bit of burden off as we move down. It may relieve some stress from our life. It may let us sleep better at night, that we've done some planning, that we've at least know what to expect.
Well, and it also is helpful for whoever has to help us on that journey, our care partners,
yes.
and the people that are making our decisions. So Jeff, we started this off by saying, you know, Alzheimer's disease isn't preventable. Is all hope lost?
We are hopeful. You know, through the increase in research funding and research efforts, you know, we're hoping to see new meds in the next 5 years, meds that might, you know, stop the disease, meds that might at least slow the progression, you know, and improve the quality of life, you know, for the person going through this or for the caregiver.
Well, and I know as an elder law attorney, I'm very thankful for all the work that the Alzheimer's Association has done across this nation and in my own state to advance these opportunities and to push forward the means of funding and to push forward into the research. And hopefully it will make a difference. One of the things that we want to think about is how can you access more information? And one way, we have a website, www.paeldercouncil.com. That is my law firm website, which we have attached a whole bunch of information, particularly about Alzheimer's. There's some podcasts on there. There's a guide to care. Anything that can be downloaded for you to be able to gather information as you want it. The other thing that we have is the planningandprotecting.com site, and that's a site of attorneys across the nation providing information about planning and protecting for the second half of life, with a special section called the Alzheimer's Project, where information is available to you. But Jeff, I also know the Alzheimer's Association has some great resources.
Yeah, well, we're here at the Alzheimer's Association. We're here to listen. One of our main ways to contact us is through our 24/7 helpline. So it's 1-800-272-3900. Or we have a lot of information on our website, which is alz.org.
We hope you've enjoyed this video session. We're here to help you get the information you need when confronting a disease such as Alzheimer's.